Hmm. Oh. Yes!
Okay, so I did Awoken Umbra. I have not won with Awoken Melting, so we're playing Awoken Melting next. Awoken Melting is a little peculiar because Awoken units don't tend to die. We've got a Husk Hermit, Razor Sharp Edge, Molten Encasement. Razor Sharp Edge seems pretty cool with Melting, because they'll inherit these stats when they mold, and the -2 health can even be used to kill certain units. The Molten Encasements, I'm not so sure about. Artificial Pyrestone? That could be helpful. I often like this. And this makes it a lot easier to not take energy upgrades. I want Revenge Cultivate. Cultivate stats are carried over if you mold a creature. -1 energy? I think I'll take that. Now, I have no molding sources to start with, but I think I can get away with this. This is Forsaken Few, so just having a sweeper kind of clowns this, because it's mostly just little zombies. Guys, they're the Forsaken. Let's just pile up a bunch of regen. Okay, more damage. Can't hold these. Probably just do this. They'll definitely die on the next floor if I play 2 dregs up here. My current resources are telling me to try and kill Uriel on the first floor. That's taken care of. I want you out. Do that. Freeze so that I have a Restore and a 9-card hand going to the boss. We're killing. Kind of thought we would be. Cultivate Sentient is very good at raw stats early. We've got Strix and Hallow. Strix applies +3 on Slay. Hallow applies +30 on Incant. The Incant part, so yeah, we'll have to play around an Incant setup. The Slay is sometimes a little tricky. And then we've got Siphon, Archeon, and Entropy Seraph. Sharpen's not too hard to play around. It's a little pricier, and I'm thinking about not taking an energy upgrade early, because I think I can get away with it. I guess I would be doing card draw in that case, which would make Steel Enhancer stronger. Let's take this. I always like playing with drafts, but they cannot function without some kind of reanimation. Dripfall pretty much always works. I'm going to take it. Let's see. Right now, I might want Awoken banners more than anything else, because the cards I have right now don't really set me up for any kind of synergy with these burnout guys. Let's see. I've got 2 Merchants of Steel, 1 Merchant of Magic. I think my only spell worth upgrading is probably Dripfall. Razor Sharp doesn't really need or ask for much in terms of upgrades. I could maybe go crazy on Razor Sharp Edge, but I'd feel better about it if I had a multi-striker first. It's a little awkward. Large Stone, Immortal Stone, Heartstone, Wickstone. Okay. The Shattered Shell is hugely redundant. The Animus of Will is pretty good. I could Large Stone the Animus of Will. That's usually a very solid unit. Could also Large Stone the Husk Hermit. In either case, we get a lot of stats on the board. I don't think I'm feeling Immortal Stone for anything. I think we just send this on the Animus of Will first of all. That becomes now a very easy target for these Razor Sharp Edges, because it's a bunch of extra health that this unit doesn't need. I don't think I'm going to go like super far on stats and stuff. But let me just add this to one of the dregs. I could add this to the Molten Encasement so that it pops itself, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I want to get at least one card purge here, I think. I want to drop one Shield Steward at the very least. Because I have 2 floors with capable tanks. And then I think I drop one Spear Steward as well. I can think about how my top floor layout looks, and I don't have the space for a Spear Steward. We can take a Mark of Invasion. I'm putting a multi-strike 3 unit on the top floor, so it's pretty easy. Keep using this setup down here. So that's clear. Let's see. Put this up here for now. So that's secure against these 65 health guys. Oh, I wanted to move my camera over. I noticed that the position of my camera was making it difficult to see boss health previews in some of the recordings, so I wanted to fix that for y'all. Drag, sweeping there. Couple restores. I'm gonna reduce the damage coming into the Sentient, although that also reduces my revenge counts. Whatever, can't have everything. Let's see, also some stats. Just do this, and bring in a Drake here. That Drake will be around for at least one round of the boss. We got the Spikes boss. So Spikes is pretty low down here, which does make the Revenge initially very effective. With that, we kill him. Because if you run into Spikes 3 and get +2/+2, Spikes 3 is barely real. And the Sentient beats him in the punch-up. I'm not taking a third Razor Sharp Edge or a second Steel Enhancer. I have not been overwhelmed by Wildwood Sap, and I don't have any Cultivate units either. First offering Molded, we take that. Okay, I think I'm going to fish for more unit upgrades. What are we seeing? Titanstone, Large, Strength, Wick. There's a remote chance that we large stone the top floor again. I think I like a Wickless Baron on the middle floor here, and then we pair that up with all the dregs. Slowly harvest up on him. He's a decent beneficiary of Titanstone as well, so let me think about that a little bit. Ooh, okay. Let me see. I don't know that I have a good exploit for this. Unless I wanted to do like a stealth loop with the Molten Encasement. So, I think Worthy Sacrifice is probably the strongest thing we're looking at here. So, many lives can be interesting, especially with a Harvest unit that we have here, because it can get Harvest off of the many lives several times over. Also, if a unit would burn out and it has to reanimate, it just loses a reanimate stack. So that's also pretty good. I think the Worthy Sacrifice is closer to being good. And we can put this either on the Molten Encasement or a random dreg. I'm going to try it on the Molten Encasement. Total misplay. You might be right, Poe. You might be right. I'm not confident about this line. Let me see. So if I do Titanite on the Wickless Baron, it really just makes it good at like the Relentless fight, which I don't think I need to worry about so much. I'm gonna re-roll this. Let me get Multi-Strike onto the Wickless Baron. I feel pretty good about that. other buffs I'm looking at, I'm less intrigued by. If my Husk Hermit were hanging out alone on the bottom floor, I would have gotten like Titan Skin for him, maybe the Heartstone here. And he can actually be a decent tank while still attacking. Um, but it's so-so. Against the Chosen of Entropy, we can totally like tank on the bottom floor and it's okay. It's better if we get a Silence Room. I'm going to keep using the setup I have been using, but we're not going to play this Shield Steward. We're just going to play out this Witless Baron. Not when I wanted to see Molded, for sure. But if I do this, we sweep out the Chosen Acolyte. I want to freeze Molded in hand. Okay, we're going to give him a little bit of Rage. It's bound to happen. This guy has the health to endure an attack. I can get all the attack out of my units and they'll burn out. That's okay. Let me just drop the Calcified Ember this turn. Alright, that's all fine. So this is a little amusing. I can do that. Mold him back. Play him again. Get out of Dreg. Healy. Nowhere to play you. Why? I can play you. There. Get all the cards through my hand, and it's going to get me a really, like, tight rotation on the cards in the deck. That's one of the hidden good things about Dregs. I don't want to take higher damage right now, because I think I'm safe in terms of my damage output. So I think I can afford to be higher damage averse. Let's see. We mold back this Molten Casement. Which we can play here, sacrifice the energy positive, do this. Or I want to Razor Sharp. I want to Razor Sharp something with multi-strike. Final wave. If we don't kill him here, I'm confident about killing him on the second floor. He did come out to 39 attack, which is more than I like to see. I'm going to give him a bit of extra time to cook on that. Then, Shield Steward's already frozen. I think I play this Frozen Shield Steward and we're fine. But insult to injury, I can bring back this Encasement again. To get stealth on my guy, which also wins. Okay, it's either Old Growth or Spreading Spores here, I think. I do tend to like Old Growth. I feel like Old Growth might be really good with this Revenge Sentient. I'll try it. I don't think I've done it with this unit before. The Wickless Tycoon is very similar to the Wickless Baron in terms of role, but it could get me money. I'm going to take him, and I'm going to go for Heaven's Light so that we have room to play multiple Harvest units on the same floor. Let's see. Get 100 gold and some magic upgrades. I would like to upgrade my spells. I'm less needy for something like an Iron Tongue. I already have a sweep unit. I think I'll take a Fight Club. Permafrost on Molded isn't terrible, but I think I'm hitting a groove where I'm casting Molded all the time. I'll take a Surge Stone onto a Restorer. Let me get double stack Dripfall. It's really strong against bosses. Do I re-roll it? There are some really desirable upgrades at this point I would probably really like to see. like a spell chain or something. Spell chain or a holdover. Let me go ahead and take holdover molded. That should make me a good bit stronger. I'm gonna go full cultivate path. I can put up with this because I have silly energy tricks. I'm gonna keep running it like this for now. But now I have a ton of flexibility with what I'm playing and where. We do not want to stealth the Sentient. Be a great loss for us, I think. Eat up some rejuvenate triggers. I think I'll freeze the drip ball. Let's see. Well, we mold back the encasement, bring back the encasement, sacrifice it. Now we can play the calcified ember. I'm gonna bring in a dreg and set up my fight club. Let's see. 142. Well, I know the first thing I'm doing this turn. We'll probably be doing that every turn from here on, so we can have some real energy output. Let's see. I think I want these here. If I play these in the back, they will eat cultivates, and I'm not sure I want that. Play him up there. Just do this anyway. Oh. Yeah, the corruption's getting to us. I think we let the Sentient die here, and it's fine. It's just before the boss wave. So I can mold the Sentient back. It'll only be there for one round if I do this. It doesn't actually take that much damage if I bring it back there. That's worth a little bit more damage. Just get rid of that. Hit you with this. Let's just pump some stats over here. Move on. I want to do this for the harvest more than anything else. Very funny to have a tomb that has stealth 5. I guess I brought something back and killed it off, but I prevented this unit from dying. It's actually the same amount of income. So the Tycoon's farming us about 10 gold per turn, which isn't bad, but it's not super exciting either. I want to take Ensnare. It's a very high chance that'll be important this game. I really like the Formless Child. Bringing him along. He's probably usually going to be bringing back Dregs, which is kind of whatever. I want to go to a Merchant of Steel. I have no upgrades on my Husk Hermit. My Animus of Will is pretty behind as well. I might be able to do something else cool with this Molten Encasement, too. Mortal Stone, Dual Stone? I don't have a Dual Stone beneficiary. The Thorn Hollow could maybe fit that niche. I think I just take this guy and put him top floor as a stat brick. These do not benefit me almost at all. Yeah, I'll skip on that. Wanted to find a good room. But no, can't have that. I could endless the other Molten Encasement and have my top floor permanently stealthed. That's very funny. I don't think it's very good. We really can't benefit from dualism because a lot of our stuff is just raw stats, except for this Thorn Hollow. And I don't even really want to play around the Thorn Hollow. Just going to reroll it. I'm going to take Multi-Strike onto the Husk Hermit. It's a pretty big stats beneficiary right now. I'm just going to Large Stone the Animus of Will again. And I'm going to Wickstone another Dreg. Right. I need to use the restroom. I will be right back. Okay. While I was up, I realized I could have dualismed the stealth, and that would have been pretty funny. But we missed it, and we're moving on. I don't think we really need to with the amount that we're outputting anyway. I think I can take this. Worst case scenario, some units die. Ooh. I'll bring them back. Let's do this. This. Top floor, I'm going to do Thorn Hollow, Animus of Will. So these guys will die on the spikes and melt Thorn Hollow, and it does not concern me. I could bring in the Shield Steward to block, but I think I'll draw blockers anyway. I feel like Echo of the Time Father should be active during deployment. I would like the card more if that were the case. Just going to bring in a couple schmucks to take some hits. I'll set up the Fight Club. Oh, right, he doesn't have spikes if I don't heal him. I forgot. That's funny that I forgot that. It's kind of like his whole thing. Let's see. So we got some corruption on the Wickless Tycoon, so we might have to mold him during this fight. Doesn't really matter what I do with this snare. I want to make sure this guy's able to take both of these hits. Let's do this. Looks like the Animus of Will still gets some corruption. I would prefer it if she didn't, but I guess that's where we're at. I was thinking about freezing the Razor Sharp Edge, but I probably don't have to do that. Whatever, 3 corruption versus 100 health unit is only going to take like 12 damage over the course of the whole fight, so it's fine. There's our good friend, Molten Casement. Bringing out some dregs. We kill the Collector. I don't want to cast anything here because the sap might interfere with my nonsense. Let's make you healthy. Get cultivated. Just going to do some buffs up here. So I might need the Animus of Will to be a proper carry sometime. I don't know. Try and keep him up. He's got a little bit more corruption going on. Bring out some schmucks. I don't mind dropping this here. Let's see. I have to consider between bringing back my Energy Factory or the Formless Child. I think I'm going to keep bringing back my Energy Factory for now. And I have to look at the Formless Child as a bonus. I think we have to let the Wickless Tycoon die here. This is still a plenty strong Wickless Baron. I can afford to take sap there. At least that much. Can ensnare one of my own units to get the draw. How are we doing? Looks okay. Grab myself some more energy. I think I'm mostly getting killed by corruption right now. And that tracks. There's a lot of it going around. Strip ball him a little bit. think I probably win on top floor with my triple striker. I see. Win faster. There's nothing else I need to do, right? Oh, no, maybe I can get money off the Tycoon? Probably not. Yeah, with the one burnout, I think it's not very likely. I might get, like, one payout, because I think the Wickless Baron gets a slay in the first round. Yeah, there's 10 points. Maybe I should have grabbed the health up for the Tycoon when I was at the last upgrade station. Bramble Lash doesn't do much for me, but Wildwood Tome might. I don't really want to change to Quick Sweeping. I don't think. Actually, if it's against Chosen of Entropy... So Chosen of Entropy is going to suppress this revenge effect, and it's going to be a big bummer. But I still don't think I really want to be on Quick Sweeping on that floor. Maybe I go to Quick on the Animus of Will. I probably like it on the top floor for the Animus of Will. Crushing Demise and Sacred Wicks are both pretty strong. I don't really like Mortal Entrapment, although it's probably effective against bosses for the Dazed 3. Could be strong against, like, Strix and Hallow coming up. We don't want to cast onto this Hallow. But we could Mortal Entrapment Strix, prevent them from slaying. My units are very easily slayable. Let's try it. I haven't played with this card almost at all. I think I want Merchant of Trinkets. I have a lot of cash. We can't really play Gnarled Roots, but Waxer Snuffer's funny. I have no sources of spikes, right? Just the one, Thorn Hollow. I'm not going to play into him. Sap Tap is good. I think this applies whether or not I have an Extinguished Trigger. Let's muck with it. I don't think I have anything to play with the Wing Clippings. I have exactly 0 consumable cards. No, that's a lie. I have 2 consume cards, but I kind of want them to be consumed. I'm very comfortable with them consuming. So let's get rid of my stewards. They're bad reanimator targets. And since the, what's it called? The Formless Child is a random molding, we don't want to have junk molding options in our deck. I'm thinking about duplicating either the Formless Child or our Molded card. Let me make a second copy of Molded. Because my ability to mold units is really lacking compared to how much I want to do with it. I am unfortunately likely to feed into this Slay trigger, so we really have to think about that while we're playing. I have nothing to mold this turn, but I might freeze it in hand. Strix gains mechanics if they do a wraparound. I'm going to hold Dripfall for next turn. Let's freeze it. So next turn I'll Dripfall Strix, and it'll prevent them. It'll slow them down on one of their mechanics. Okay, she's snare immune. Thought I would check. But we'll throw her back down there. It's funny. I could take a sap for this much health. I think I want to do this for now. Okay, I don't have the room to play a Molten Encasement on that floor. I'd rather not pop it on this floor, but I need the energy. That's tricky. A way of killing any of my own guys, right? Nope, they're all a little too healthy to razor sharp to death. Well, thankfully, Strix is dazed, so they're not going to get any slays. These are just burning out. And this is getting killed by Hallow. Let's do that. Got a bit of overcrowding in my cards right now. I can't prevent this slay without Driftball. Bring these guys in so they benefit from stealth. We'll do that. This. Get this out there. The incant is 50 health. It's fine. Farming stats on the second floor through the Wickless Baron. I think our best win con right now is huge stats on that Baron. Okay, the Sentient's in danger, which is expected, and I don't want to cast a whole lot to save them. I could just stealth up to save them here. It's kind of betting that the Adamant Shield Bearer... Like, next wave could easily just have another Adamant Shield Bearer and keep locking me out of this. Let me just focus the scaling on some of the other floors. Oh, we'll block with a Formless Child. It's fine. Looks like we get some extra stats on the Husk Hermit here. We got our Molten Casement back for free. That's only on Slay that they get that buff. Let me do that first. Think about how much I want to farm energy here. Oh, right. The Formless Child brings them back for good. Because the Formless Child is just return it to your hand. It doesn't come with burnout. If I can get the Sentient out of that, it's going to be a great deal. And it's 2 units every time. Here for the stealth. Here, even if it's Slay, I just want to get you killed. I don't really want to cast on any floor. This is awkward. 2 of these guys are probably going to get through because I can't get Strix out of the way. What else are we molding? I want to bring back the encasement. Do that. So funnily, this guy hits for 95. Sorry, 110. So I'm actually not going to sacrifice him here. I'm just going to leave him on board. There's very little payoff for casting this Mortal Entrapment. That's a shame. I have no good ensnare targets without eating sap. I'm just going to pass. Okay, there's my Sentient freebie. Took about 13 damage, but this is pretty huge in terms of stats back. You don't have your Slay anymore, right? Okay. Bring Formless Child back. Got an Adamant Shield Bearer here. Not sure if I want to cast into that, but I probably do. Probably want to mold it something else. Just bring back a Molten Encasement. Throwing that at the front of the pack gets me some more quality time. So we're doing a lot of Strix's health and a little bit of Hallows at this point. Steel Enhancer is like a wash with Sap. The Sap will wear out before this fight ends, like long before. There's a lot of fight to have. I'll bring in this Greg. If I Dripfall Hallow, I might get more time here. That resulted in a little less damage in a couple places. Okay, let's see. How are we looking? We're winning. That's cool. If I kill you, are we still winning? Yes, we are. Which means that I can mold that unit back and kill them off another couple times for money. There we go. Just want to optimize the number of units that are feeding the Wickless Tycoon here. Decent payoff. Unleash the Wildwood is really strong on my bottom floor, and it's something I'm really looking for when I've got Old Growth. Let's see, Resin Blades aren't great for my current units because I'm not carrying with like a Burnout unit. Resin Blades are really ideal if I'm carrying on a graph or if I want to be able to kill off some of my guys. I'm thinking about Limbo's Solace here, but my card flow is actually pretty good since I'm rolling with the Sentient, and I have this Ensnare. So my card draw is like 6 to 7. I guess going 7 to 8 is a pretty good idea, and I have the ability to do it, because it seems like my energy is very stable. Do I want another unit upgrade? There are maybe some cool things I can do with the Formless Child. Let's see. Merchant of Arms. I'm playing one room right now, and it's just a fight club that I happen to find. It's not great. But I do need to take a Pyre Remains. I think the Pyre Remains with the event here is something I want more than this. And then I can check a Merchant of Steel here with the Forgotten Boons. Endless or Titanstone. So one theory is I could put Endless on the Molten Encasement instead of molding it, but that's very 6 of 1. Molding it sometimes helps me out because maybe I want the stat block. Take the Cultivate 4 with giant health total. The other reason to maybe go to the Merchant of Arms here is you can find rings. The rings that make a unit hit for their health total on the Sentient, and this is the highest health total champion that exists, as far as I know. Actually, I think the Flicker that has Burnout might turn into a 200-200. I mean, I could maybe clean up my spells or something, but I'd rather just go large mystery box here. It's the first run of the night. Let me be a little frisky with it. So, let's see. How safe is the top floor? Not very, right? I mean, everything's kind of safe because I kind of just stealth whatever I need to whatever needs to survive. I kind of just stealth it. If I Immortal Stone the Formless Child, I have to pay full price for it every time, versus on Molded. So let me Immortal Stone the Molten Encasement. Although this does kind of mess with plays where I bring back the Molten Encasement more than once in a turn, which I have done occasionally. I'm going to Heartstone the Wickless Tycoon. Try and help prevent cases where we suddenly lose him. I don't think there's anything I'm looking to smidge. I'm just going to take plus 14 attack on my multi-strike and sweeper. Should be a pretty decent gain of stats there. I may also do a Thornstone on the Thorn Hollow, just to, like, get him up off the ground. I think I'll also smidge him, so that I have a bit more flexibility with what I'm playing on the top floor. The Tycoon is giving me a lot of flexibility on money. I think I can take this, because I upgraded my Uber just now. The spiky guy. Yeah, so he collects a payout for 3 of these dudes on the top floor. The Animus of Will clean up the rest. And we're under threat of losing the Wickless Tycoon here, but the Molten Encasement makes him safe. And then I can play some other stuff just for it to die. It's pretty good. I'll actually Wildwood Tome there, and then the Thorn Hollow doesn't die. We don't play Molded immediately. Spreading Spores is pretty great. Just gonna do that. I'm gonna freeze this hand so that I keep the Molded. I never want to be without a Molded in a point where I might want it. You're annoying. Unleash here. Bring back something. Increase the damage I'm taking. Let's see. Got the Vowed Gladiator coming in. I think I might have all my cards in my hand right now. If I just mold it again. Let's get him up there to do something with him. I want to cast spells away from this Ardent. Yeah, I have 16 cards total. I'm drawing 7. When I hold 5 in my hand, I've just got a very high chance of drawing specific stuff over and over again. Let's buff this guy up a little bit. I could Mortal Entrap this, but I don't really want him to be dazed. I need more attack value out. I haven't gotten my energy hack online, right? Oh, I'm getting end-of-turn card draw from regen if I don't heal during the turn. It's kind of interesting. We'll ensnare you just in case. I'm going to Fight Club up here for the Animus of Will. Formless Child there, so we can get popped. We're losing the Sentient, but I'm just going to reanimate it. I'm not going to worry about healing it this time. Just going to do this again. Okay, I just need to make sure I'm secure on these gladiators more than anything else. I'm going to bring back the one with the higher base attack stat. Some units back. That's getting killed. That's good. Do this. I'm going to mold it back the Formless Child. Use that to block damage for the Husk Hermit down here. I didn't want to do that. Playing the Formless Child into the Silence is pretty bad. Yeah, I think I'm in a pretty good state here. Hey, Zeos. Have you, is it Zeos or Zaos? Whatever. Have you played Monster Train 2 before? It's a lot of fun. It's a very similar, like, Slay the Spire kind of groove. Um, you've got, like, these monsters in this train. Enemies are boarding. They get to the top. They get to hit your pyre. And you try not to let your pyre die. The basics, you know. I'll just go ahead and throw this out the block. That's fine. Yeah, I don't want to daze anything right now. I cannot Mortal Entrap the Deafening Herald because he hasn't taken damage. So, I think we just pass here. We could Spreading Spores something. Do that here. Oh, right, we draw this because of Sap Tap and because this guy's endless, so he just comes back. And I guess with that, we do this, this, and move on. Okay, boss is on train. We're probably barely touching him. Let's do this, first of all. So I have no way of damaging a Thane on demand for Mortal Entrapment to become active. Do this. I'm just going to keep molding back Formless Childs. See if it wants to hand me my big stat brick at any point in time. You know, any time is cool. Oh, wait. Let me just bring out the Sentient on burnout. Which does mean that if it comes back to my hand, it'll have this burnout. Because it gets, like, printed on the card. But we should be able to block some damage. For the one turn it'll live. And Restore draws me the Molten Casement. I'm kind of counting on this 14 stealth Wickless Baron to do whatever I want in terms of winning this fight. Let's see, I've got a Burnout 3 and a Burnout 2. I don't want to clog things up too much, so I think I just bring these guys in here. It looks like they clear out the Chosen Prayer Stone, which we need to see. Maybe I Drip Fall of Fame. Yeah, we get a good damage increase if we Drip Fall of Fame. Cool, we got a free Sentient back. Unfortunately, it is on burnout, so it's not going to be very good compared to a normal one. Looks like we're already winning, though. I'm just going to do this for energy so I can play the Vengeful Shard and avoid damage. Is there anything else we can do to profit? I think if I draw my man off the top of the deck, I can play him again, sacrifice him again for another $10. Let's go. And then we beat up a Thane without her fighting back because we're stealthy. The micro-optimizations are really fun. I always appreciate having little things like that. Restoring Retreat's really good. This is just a good utility card. Ooh, I was thinking Memorial for the Melted on the bottom floor with the Sentient is probably hilarious. Give it to me. Alright, so now we're going to have an endless version of our giant health brick Sentient. That's pretty cool. I like a Frenzy Stone. We'll put that on the Wickless Baron. For carry. Over here, let me see. Priory's Cloak and Flicker's Liquor, both strong. Got a Pyrestone Housing. This should be a really good Pyrestone Housing. So now that I can put a third upgrade on my units with that Pyrestone Housing, let me get a Strength Stone on this Animus of Will. Then I think I re-roll this. Endless Smidge, Thornstone. Not the most exciting. I'm going to Heartstone the Wickless Tycoon again and give him Thorns. And this is basically Savagery Titan Protection. Coming back over here, we'll reroll again. Fire Tap is conventionally strong, but shouldn't be important for me. The Departure Manifest is weird with a pile of dregs, because all of these dregs will become deployable. And I think that is too many deployable cards. Because I'm going to go over 10 deployable cards with that, and it's going to bump something out of my hand and make a problem. Like, if I can't deploy the Wickless Baron because I have too many deployables, it's going to be really bad. So I think we just move on here. I can remove 2 things. I'm going to remove one of these copies of Restore. Maybe 2 of these copies of Restore. Let me remove 1 Dreg. This will give us a tighter reanimation pool. Should help out with our random reanimates to be more effective. More frequently hit the things we actually want to bring back. Alright, so Sentient and Husk Hermit. Top floor is Animus of Will, Born Hollow, or Baron and Tycoon. There we go. Got our old growth immediately. We got a random Votavary generated. Could be a good blocker up here. Reg, Memorial for the Melted. So these guys are endless. I have nothing to mold. We'll do this and this. Ramp up that good old attack power. And I unfortunately added that to my hand at that time. That's okay. So I don't really need to heal the Sentient on the bottom floor. They can just be a punching bag. And then I'll get to replay them for free whenever they die. This Votavary won't get killed. This Bastion has no attack value. We begin farming our stealth. Bring in some dudes. Play this. Flicker's Liquor makes basically everything in my hand free, so long as I'm continually playing guys, which we have been known to do. Playing this here doesn't matter, because its Extinguish will get blocked by this Silence. I could Dripfall this Celestial Bastion, but I don't think there's much reason to do that. I guess I'll just bring this out here so I don't have to redraw him. Yep, moving on. So unfortunately, we don't get our revenge setups here either because, once again, silenced. So half of our revenge values are just going to get eaten up by this boss. This, do that. I want to heal one of my guys, draw this off the top. Do that again. I think my scaling is not... Okay, so my scaling on the Wickless Baron should be good. Do I reduce Curses of Entropy? Unfortunately, the sap from Seraph is completely hosing me right now. So I think I can't play this, because I'm not keeping up with it. It's a little weird. Put him there. Am I getting through this healer? I'm not. Memento Mori is 70 damage right now. The Fight Club gets us the kill on the Scarred Sentinel. We can let the Chosen Ardent go by. He's fine. Do this. Do that. Friendly unit is healed. Okay, I can't heal an enemy with Restoring Retreat to trigger that. It's the only time I've ever had to think about whether or not that was viable. Let's see. I think I don't need the healing to be real. There we go. Yeah, it can be a heal for 0, and it still triggers the effect. That lets me drop my Calcified Ember. I want a Razor Sharp, so do this. Okay, stats getting better. I'm not slated to kill this guy right now, so I need to figure that out, and I'm going to figure it out later. So we'll just stall a little bit. Okay. I'll lose those 2. Okay, so got back 2 Dregs with plus 50 attack. Fresh Sentience. Pretty good attackers. I want to bring this into block. I want to bring this in and use his effect. Fortunately, I want to do that in a different order. I need to bring him in and use his effect, and then I need to bring in the Formless Child. And then we bring in the dregs as attackers, I think. The Sentient still goes out first. That's fine. That part is fine. But we only want to stockpile stealth on our Barons. Okay, only one of them is getting to attack. Definitely got some space constraints going on at the moment. I just need to put more damage down the field. It's basically done. Get more coffee when this fight's over. Okay, yeah. I've gotten Restoring Retreat back. I'm going to stall that guy. Bring you out. I'm going to bring this guy in because I can apply stealth to him while he has 50 attack, and I won't feel bad about it. Bring the Formless Child back with burnout, so he dies no matter where I put him. Need more scaling on the Wickless Baron, I think. Draw me a card. This actually doesn't go out anywhere right now. I don't want this Pyre Shards to go. We'll put it on the Sentient. Yeah, sure, take more attack value. I don't really care what your attack value is. You will attack only the units I allow you to attack anyway. I'm just going to pass. Having the Molten... let me actually freeze the Molten Encasement in hand. Losing access to that card might be a problem. I am really behind on killing dudes. Okay, we've got 210 damage out of Memento Mori. And I've got Mortal Entrapment. That's a good first play. Let's try and get Flicker's Liquor discounts on some of these plays by bringing units in. I think I need to bring this guy in here. I want to make sure I'm not playing the Formless Child at the Endless Floor. Okay, we got the discounts. 220 damage. That gets rid of him, but the other Avowed Gladiator is threatening to go upstairs. But I can apply Daze 3 to him, so he takes 2 hits from the Pyre before he does any Pyre damage. It's not really good enough. I am not getting my units killed fast enough. I'm gonna take about 40 here, I think. 60. I need to restart that fight. That's too much damage to take. He was hitting a lot harder because I triggered Incant twice. So if I had not triggered Incant, we'd probably be okay. I might need to be more judicious about some of the units I'm playing. Because I'm finding myself clogged in certain floors at certain times that are unacceptable, ultimately. I can bring out this Votivary still. I want to bring out this Dreg. Do that. These actually make the same number of attacks, so let me buff this guy. Okay, you're burning out so that I can give you stealth without being punished. Um, these guys each have burnout 3. Heal so I can play you again. Again. I need a lot of units to die here so this guy can get stronger. I need to keep one slot open at the front of this row, I think. So that I'm able to play, so that I always have an option to play something there. We bring Photoberry out here. I'm going to let them get attack damage so that I can Mortal Entrap the boss. So that'll keep him from putting Curses of Entropy into my deck for 3 rounds. And hopefully the extra card draw helps me out in the long run. 68 is a bit much. I'm just going to avoid some of that. Okay. Doing fine up there. We got different RNG, giving me the Devour of Death here. Alright. Do my usual Molten Encasement plays. Still giving him +10/+10 per turn off of those. Let's see. We'll go Devour of Death and a Dreg here. Oh, we're only taking 1 hit, actually. Even the Devour of Death is not going to get killed. The Scarred Sentinel is a threat. You are attacking once. I don't need to apply spikes to him. I think I will bring out Dreg here for a little extra attack value. And then I want to freeze my Drip Ball. And I'm thinking with this Drip Ball, I might want to lock Seraph. Okay, so we take out the Scarred Sentinel. That's good. Farm up some stealth and some death. Unfortunately, the stealth makes the Devour of Death not pop. Get rid of that for free. Ensnare you here. I don't want to cast onto this floor this turn, unfortunately. Do this. Put out a bit more damage. I can bring out the Votivary and he'll die. So that's good. That is a bargain. That's fine. So now is when we start to have the problem of these stacking gladiators. This Devourer of Death is also an issue because I just don't have a way to get rid of him. I'm actually going to send you downstairs. It's a little too effective, maybe. Do I need to undo that? I think I'm not going to undo that. Okay, this Devourer of Death looks like he's going to be our consistent companion here. Because I've kind of baked in a lot of stealth on him, and I don't have a way of fixing that problem that I've caused for myself. Extinguishes I bring in on this floor are silenced. That's an issue. I don't really want to cast this floor into this incant trigger either. Wildwood there. I think I want the Formless Child out one way or another. I could do like 20 more damage to him. without stopping his attack. Actually, no, I can stop his attack. The guy behind him takes out the Formless Child. I take out this Gladiator, and next turn I can worry about the next Gladiator, although I'll have more Gladiators coming in. Let's see. I don't think I bring out this Votivary at all. Yeah, I don't think there's a point in doing that. So, per Endless, I'm guaranteed those other two guys back. So we just replay the Sentient and the Husk Hermit. Right, so the Husk Hermit didn't get to kill that. Oh, that's what I needed. Oh, shit, I needed to do that differently last turn. I needed to Wildwood Tome the Husk Hermit, because he took out this Silencer. Can I recover from this? I feel like without direct damage, I can't recover from that misplay. Going again. I think this is going to be a lot tougher than our Titans fight. Constantly having my units silenced is definitely fucking with me. Big old heal. Old growth goes out. Votivary, Reg, Razor Sharp, Enhance. Those in. One of those. We pass. Okay. We got a Wicked Blaze. I am going to play this Wildwood Tome. Need you to not be here so we can kill this Scarred Sentinel. If I bring this guy out, he gets killed. I'll take it. Okay. Fight Club the top floor. Finding a random Wild Custodian is interesting. Let's see. It's the only floor where I can throw out a heal without all the enemies getting buffed. This, play the Calcified Ember, Razor Sharp. This guy is not taking enough damage here. He's only taking 120 in the top floor, and he'll have about 400 left. That's no good. Bring out the Formless Child. Last card in my deck is that. I don't know if Restoring Retreat is the play. No, I think I just have to let this go and see what happens. I'm going to put a Wild Custodian in the back here. It's going to eat some of my Cultivates. but card draw is cool. I think this is the wave that I got screwed by last time. Alright, let's see. We got stealth up, get stats. Enhancer, razor sharp. 90 damage short on him. Oh, right. Playing things here, I deny myself the spikes damage, so I'm a little bit further back. Still, like, decently close. I guess we just take 20 damage there. If I bring in this Dreg with the Molten Encasement, I can do another 50 damage to this Avowed Gladiator. That should set him up in a pretty good way. Oh, I can actually cast spells to this floor without being horribly punished. Only mildly punished. Okay, so with this, I get to scale up a couple of dregs. I'm going to take a hit for like 20. First things first is the Sentient comes back out. Alright, now we figure out the rest of the turn. Subsuming Blade has piercing. It doesn't really matter right now. Top floor is actually in good condition. We just bring this out first. Sacrifice it. Then mold it. Should be the Formless Child here. I don't have a heal spell in hand. I'm going to ensnare you. Bring out the Formless Child. Mortal Entrap the boss. We're into that play again. That's a good one. I think it's you. Get some good damage out. The Subsuming Blade matters basically not at all, unless I want to kill off one of my own units. I think I do. We can get rid of this. Gives our harvest triggers, and then bring in a new guy with more attack value. Scaling up a little better, but this is definitely turned into one of those lethal puzzle runs that is pretty uncomfy. This is bad. There's way too much stuff here, because I'm not scaling up the Husk Hermit at all. Because I keep getting silenced out of my cultivates. My Wicked Blaze target. It's Formless Child. It's not too bad. Kinda need it. Need the energy first of all. Okay, so we're killing two things here. We've got two things getting through. They are problematic. Unleash. Sharp. Spikes. Not actually being attacked up on that floor. I think this is the case where we freeze the hand. Alright, not sure what I'm doing about these three guys. We should be going into Relentless rounds now. I think if we hit Relentless, our center car probably does pull through. Because our center car has, like, Stealth 30 or something stupid. This is 38 Stealth. Yeah, I think it probably wins on Relentless. I just want to Drift Ball this guy. There. Well... Right, of course he's coming in. This is the floor where I can heal without being punished. In case one comes back, away again. blazes, no targets. Okay, so I think the solution here, rather, I think what we're doing here, not sure if it's a solution. Probably this and this. Doing 400 damage to the boss. It's very low. That is very low damage to the boss. Got space for 2 more things. Let's bring you in and bring out a Votavary for card draw. Okay. So we've dealt with the wave in front of the boss. We've dealt with the wave at the top. I don't know what I'm doing about these guys, and we'll see if we're killing the boss in the second floor here. Couple turns of stealth. My hand is going to get clogged with my bottom floor units because they're endless. So they are going to come back to my hand here. We're killing because we have 45 turns of stealth. Alright, send it. I could optimize the money here, but I have no more shops left. Behold as this man whaps your shins with a cane until you fall down. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let's hope the next fight is nowhere near as traumatic as that one. I should actually be able to scale my bottom car in the next fight, so that's going to help a lot. Alright, and let me refresh my coffee like I said I was gonna. I made some hot chocolate yesterday. It came out okay, not my best. I think I didn't, like, get it up to temperature high enough. Or it was like an ordering thing. It's not as like rich and oily as usual from the method I've used before. I can't think about what I did differently. I think it's got to be just on like the degree of heating. So today, of course, it's just chocolate milk. I'm just doing that 50-50 with my coffee. It's still rich because I used heavy cream, but it's like the texture didn't quite get to what I like. Here we go. Titans fight. Right, I think I probably need quick here again. So let's not make the mistake of forgetting to do that. Or neglecting, rather than forgetting. Your day's immune. We're going to daze you. I think we'll probably bring in a Dreg. We can get popped. Do this. Not mold anything yet. This is a randomly generated molded from the mystery box because it's not upgraded. Oh, free extra copy of Unleash the Wildwood. Don't mind if I do. We do not have our energy hack yet. We need to bring in more units to get molded. And we'll start stacking stealth. This is where we're dumping... all of our Razor Sharps go to the Animus or the Wickless Baron. Either one's fine. I do have a unit to mold. This is probably where I want the Old Growth. Because the Sentient we should expect to be doomed. I'm just going to block one hit there. And I'll do this for now. I could freeze this molded. Did I play another molded this turn? I did. I'm fine with holding over just one of them for now. I need to make sure I draw my Endless Rune before the Sentient dies, or I'll lose a lot of value. There it is. Memorial for the Melted goes out. I should be decently secure now. Okay, here's our other big trick for the run. Okay, we now have both of our cheating mechanisms in place. 32 or 22. 32 is good. So there are no enemy buffs that I want to get rid of. Let's drop my corruption. Dregs come in here. I could drop another Molten Encasement there as well. Um, snares don't matter much. Bring back the Formless Child. Mortal Entrapment's going to go on to Savagery basically every time. And I could do a bit of stealth up here. I think it's fine. Energy, drop that. He's dazed. We got one attacker coming in here. Molded, formless. That should be the blocker. Throw out a firelight. It's damage, that's fine. Okay, we still have decent output there. Be concerned over the Thorned Hollow as we go, but it's called. They have an old growth, and periodically we're going to redraw the full heal, and that should be pretty effective. When the stats get low on the Sentient becomes the one that pulls the Cultivate instead of the Husk Hermit, but that will benefit them when they come back to life anyway. A little stealth maxing. Check this out. I'm gonna keep focusing some heals on the Thorned Hollow. You have one molding target. Keep bringing back the Formless Child. You keep blocking entropy hits with the Formless Child. I'm going to bring out these for damage. Actually, they get trampled over. I could possibly overpack the lower floor. Not going to worry about it. They're only taking damage from Entropy's attack, actually. Savagery's still dazed. Mortal Entrapment's pretty good here. I'll throw that out so that I can get more revenge value. $35 more health. I think we're on a slow-killing build. We appear to be making good progress on Entropy. I'm most concerned about Savagery, I think. And we're not going to have a Relentless turn for these guys to really shine. So I probably want a Mortal Entrapment you. So we can get the days there, and I can keep fighting through. He is multi-striking for a lot right now. Thankfully, I don't think I care. It's to me like I have no healing right now. Can't draw off the top. Can't remove your rage. Remove corruption there. Bringing in dregs here. Remove one of your spell shields, I guess. This doesn't do anything. Yeah, it looks like we're actually on a build where we can take multiple attacks from Savagery, even like post Wave 8. Which is pretty abnormal. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I want to do my Molten Encasement play on that floor this time. We'll do that. It's a bit of damage out. I mean, I need the energy, even if it makes the Formless Child not die. I'm gonna have to go for it. Oh, I healed before I made the play, so I didn't get the draw that I usually expect. I think I'm going to use a burnout squad up here behind these guys to keep pushing damage on Entropy and Savagery as they roll through. I think I play this Votivary with the Molten Encasement back here. Trample will kill both of them anyway. Let's see. That's value. I'm going to keep you daze locked. because this is the only inevitability in the fight. Well, this and the Dominion, the entropy lights that I'm not playing are the inevitability. Um, Savagery should not induce entropy on me. My health is functionally infinite. Okay, we're killing the things that we need to be killing. I do have a heal. Draw this back. I'm gonna need, like, Mortal Entrapment my Formless Child to get rid of it. Which is a bummer. Grab the high attack value. You out. I'm gonna have to start playing these soon. 50 attack. If I bring him in here, he's the only unit on the floor without stealth. He dies. So I'll bring him in back here. Thankfully, the Husk Hermit's hitting pretty hard. Actually, with the Husk Hermit hitting this hard, our attacking units are all doing decently well. I can throw these out. It's fine. Yeah, we still killed all the other units on all the floors. Okay, Formless Child is burning out. That's good. I can't sacrifice him because of the silence. That's okay. That's like costless because it gets trampled through. Bring this in. This will also get trampled through. There we go. That's what we were looking for. Tag you with that. So we're killing him faster than usual since we're locking him. But it removes the inevitability from the fight, so we can fap about. I've got nothing to play off that with. Play that incidentally. There's another 3 damage for you. It didn't discount necessarily the spells I wanted to see discounted there, but oh well. So that's clear. You're getting killed. Okay, it's just a matter of Dominion now. So we should be good next turn. Oh, I can sacrifice him now. Case towards the back. Formless Child. Go down wherever. That's fine. Freeze the drip ball. I don't need it, but... Okay, looks like we got it. So that was a very, very tense, very, very tense fight with Seraph. That 8th tier fight was brutal. That'll be win number 107, by hook or crook. I'm more interested in getting them done than doing them perfectly.